Now, most of the time, when we come to the death of our topic, we are at the end of the episode. But we said at the top of this episode, we're going to end this episode with some what the fuck. Nathan, her death is not where her story ends. What the fuck happened next?
Juan ends up summoning like the best embalmer ever to take care of Ava's body. It's like the moment she died, like an hour later, the embalmers are ready to go to work.
Yeah, they were already on standby. It's so
The corpse
weird.
is still warm, literally.
Yeah.
This doctor's name is Dr. Pedro Ara. He ordered the body to be moved to the National Confederation of Labor. When it was being moved, around 20,000 supporters ended up lining the street and like crowding around the car and following it with her body. It was so crowded that 8 people got crushed to death.
Shit.
And at this point, Dr. Ara didn't really embalm bodies with the traditional method. Dr. Ara took this to a whole new level. He feels like he's an artist for embalming, I guess. So
everybody's got to have goals, I guess.
He's avant-garde in the embalming world. He's very avant-garde. So this process took an entire year and cost the government $100,000. Why? Because Juan.
It sounds like they've got plans.
Oh, they've got some major plans.
Okay.
Because there was a memorial depicting the working class man, and it was supposed to be bigger than the Statue of Liberty. Evita's body would be placed at the base, so she would be an ace of the base, if you will.
Stop it. Fuck up.
It's very Stalin-esque, though, right?
Yes.
This is very Stalin-esque. Obviously, building a monument the size of the Statue of Liberty, girl, that's gonna take some time.
Yeah.
That's gonna take a lot of time.
Okay.
So
yeah.
they just stash her body in her old office. So they keep it there
like
for
some
2
kind of
years.
Fridge or something.
Yeah, no fridge, just 2 years sitting in her office. 2 years her body stays stashed in her old office.
Weird.
And you know what? The political tides, they keep it changing. Juan is deposed and has to go into exile, so he runs off to Spain.
Where they love him.
Yeah, they always have loved a little bit fascist leaning. And not anymore, but
then,
I don't want to hate on
right
them.
then, yeah.
But then. Meanwhile, Dr. Ara is just chilling, like weekend at Bernie's with the dead Evita's body, just hanging out.
I mean, they must be best friends at this point.
So the new president goes in power.
Okay.
New president is like, okay, I don't want, this Renaissance sort of thing happening where there's a dead body that causes an uprising and inspires a movement like it would in the Renaissance
Just put her in the
era.
ground. Let's just put her in the fucking ground.
Let's just move her secretly in the night, bury her somewhere where nobody knows. So a guy named Carlos Koenig was put in charge of this. So he gets the body from Dr. Ara in the middle of the night, transport it in his little truck to Chacarita Cemetery. Nailed it. Man, he was driving on that road for so long. He just super duper tired and he needed to take a nap. What? He takes a nap.
It sounds like an episode of Arrested Development a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
It does. And then he wakes up from ye old nap and he notices that there are candles and flowers surrounding his truck, as if someone's paying homage to, the dead body in the back of your truck. So I think he's paranoid because he's like, they know. There's people that are following me that know if Evita is in the back of my truck. So if something happens, I might be dead. So he gets another truck, puts her dead body in the back of that, drives off to get to the cemetery, takes another nap again.
Dude needs to take less naps with the dead
body. He wakes
body.
up from the nap again. The flowers and candles are surrounding the truck again. He's like, I am going to get shot. Like, if I do something with this body, they know it's her in this car.
Clearly.
So he's like, fuck it. I'm going to store her in my attic.
We talk about choices on this show a lot. And sometimes choices are made. And this was a choice that was made. Good choice? Probably not. I want to see his pros and cons list that I'm sure he made to come to this place.
There were other people that thought he made some choices and really wanted to see the pros and cons list. And that was namely the new president in Argentina. He's like, bro.
He's like, so
no.
let me get this straight. You couldn't quit taking naps in your car, so people found you and figured out what was going on. So you just thought, I'll just throw a body in my attic.
The end.
Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So he gets fired.
Yeah.
Obviously. They decide at this point we have to do something with the body. And so they decide to transport it to Milan, Italy. So she's buried under the name of Maria Magi Magistras. I just don't know, why did you just send her body to Spain?
Yeah.
Beyond me. Not my choice.
No one
maybe
asked.
they
No
just
one asked Nathan.
Yeah, no one asked Nathan back in 1952. So it's probably like 1955 or 56 at this point.
Still, yeah.
But yeah, you get it. Her body stays there. At least her body stays there for 16 years in a
Okay.
grave, buried in Milan, which is nice.
Yes.
Until
Until
she's not done yet.
let the woman rest. It's the Rainbow Tour Part 2. Honestly.
Oh gosh, this is the graveyard tour. So they end up, she stays there for 16 years. New Argentinian president was overthrown by Peronists. And they're like, yay, Peron, we want the body sent to Juan Peron. Dig up that body, send it to Juan. He needs to see his long departed wife. Like, why is this not a thing?
And he's now
So-
remarried, right?
Yes, he's now remarried to a woman named Isabel.
Okay.
So they order a colonel and a rabbi to walk into a cemetery and dig up her dead body, send it to Madrid, Spain, to see her dearly loved Juan.
Okay.
So Dr. Ara at this point is called up. It's like 16 years later, and he's like, oh my God, my pet project. Wait
My
to
life's
see how
work.
it held up. And he was like, oh, body held up pretty well. Gave it a little nip, gave it a little tuck. You know, she had some work done. So she stayed in Madrid until 1973 in Juan's dining room. So
Put this bitch in the ground and leave her there on your dining room table? Like sitting at the table or like laid out on the table?
laid out. And Juan's new wife, Isabel, would comb her hair every morning and style her hair for her. This is fine.
Nathan, we've been doing this show for 7 years now. There have not been a lot of times where I'm not a speechless bitch. I always have speeches. Dining room table? For how
Fixing
long?
her hair in the morning.
For
So it's-
okay.
1973, and Juan is elected to president of Argentina again. And he left Madrid with his new wife, Isabel, and they decide to just leave the body in Madrid. Just
What is the
hanging out.
customs process of bringing your dead wife? Like, well, maybe it was just too much paperwork. Just leave her there.
You're the president of Argentina, though. I'm pretty sure you can bypass some of that paperwork. But at this point, Juan is kind of losing it. He ends up dying a year later. And his wife, Isabel, it's kind of like the Evita wannabe. Oh, I said it.
Well, she was
Because
his
she-
vice president, right?
She was his vice president and became president at that point.
And she didn't do great, did she?
Yeah.
Hey, yay for first female president, but
And then some more weird shit happens.
oh good, there's more.
There's some corpse bartering. The Peronists captured the old president of Argentina's dead body and were like, hey, we're going to hold this for ransom. You better give us the body of Eva Perón or else. And Isabel at this point is like, this is also fucking weird.
Yeah,
Fine.
you know what? You had me at this is fucking weird at corpse bartering. That's not a phrase I've ever heard anybody say before.
Yeah, right. Bartering for corpses. So Evita's body is finally returned to Buenos Aires. Juan Perón and Eva Perón were put on display in the presidential residence, and Juan's casket was closed, which is like, dude, you just died a couple days ago. This bitch has been dead for like 21 years, and she's got the open casket? What?
Okay.
So we're not quite done yet, because her
Okay.
body is still not done. Isabel, Perón's new wife, was finally deposed herself. And at that point, they ordered the body to Evita to be moved to Recoleta Cemetery with her family.
Like her mom
Yay!
and them? Yay!
Yes!
Okay.
So she's basically buried in this steel bunker underground that nobody can ever break into, that will never be able to steal her body, because it should be that way.
Yes!
She's been moved around so much. Let her sleep permanently now.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is so funny that they have to put her under lock and key so people will quit digging her up and moving her. That is bananas.
So enough about dead bodies.
Okay. Please.